In the frostbitten wilds of the north, where gods walked and giants slept beneath the mountains, there lived one whose beauty could silence armies and whose rage could wake volcanoes. Her name was Freyja, goddess of love, war, desire, and death. She was more than a golden-haired enchantress. She was a sorceress of the Vanir, a rider of the skies, a chooser of the slain. But behind the flowers in her hair and the falcon-feathered cloak, there were secrets, and among them, a dragon. Goddess of gold and grief. Freyja was the daughter of Njord, god of the sea and winds. She hailed from Vanaheim, the land of the Vanir, nature gods, older and wilder than the warrior Aesir of Asgard. But after a war between the two divine tribes, Freyja and her brother Freyr were sent to Asgard as hostages. Instead of breaking, Freyja rose. She taught the gods Seidr, the art of magic and prophecy. Even Odin became her student. She rode a chariot pulled by cats, wore a cloak of falcon feathers, and claimed half of the heroic dead for her hall, Folkvanger. She wept tears of red gold, and the world grew rich from her sorrow. But the gods whispered about more than her beauty. They whispered about her dragon. The dragon called Hreiðmarr. In the mists of old Vanaheim, before the wars and exile, there lived a dragon, Hreiðmarr, whose name meant fame bringer. He wasn't like the gold-hungry beasts of later tales. Hreiðmarr was wise, ancient, and bound by blood to Freyja's lineage. Some say he was once a man. Others claim he was born from the earth itself, shaped from magic and moonlight. But one truth echoed through all the tales. Freyja loved him, not as a pet, not as a beast, as a kindred soul. They shared dreams in the shadow realm, far from the eyes of gods. She sang to him in the tongue of roots and rivers. He gave her a scale from his chest, a shimmering piece of his heart, which she wore as a pendant in secret. War, betrayal, and a bargain too far. When the Vanir warred with the Aesir, it wasn't just blades that clashed, it was worlds. And Freyja, caught between loyalty and longing, made a terrible bargain. To bring peace between the tribes, she gave up Hreiðmarr, not as a gift, but as a sacrifice. Some claim she promised Odin the dragon's wisdom. Others whispered that the gods feared Hreiðmarr's power and demanded his death. The details are lost, but the ending remains. Hreiðmarr was betrayed. Bound in chains of mistletoe and silver, he was dragged to the edge of the Nine Realms. There Odin cursed him, not to die, but to guard the treasure of the gods in endless solitude. His fire would keep thieves away. His sorrow would keep him alive. The treasure? Some say it was the seeds of Yggdrasil. Others say it was the runes of fate themselves. But Freyja wept, and the tears that fell that day turned into rubies beneath the roots of the world tree. The scandal in Asgard. After the war, Freyja remained in Asgard, a bridge between worlds. She danced in gold, seduced kings, and cast spells beneath the moon. But rumors clung to her like perfume, that she could still speak with the dragon in dreams, that she wore his scale close to her heart, and it pulsed with heat when she neared Odin. That she once tried to free him, and was stopped by Frigg, Odin's wife, who warned her, "Break the chains, and you break the peace." Even Thor, blunt and bold, once accused her of consorting with monsters. Freyja only smiled, her eyes like storm clouds over fire. Love in exile. Some say Freyja never forgave herself. Others say she planned for centuries a way to break the curse. According to a forbidden scroll in the vaults of Alfheim, Freyja once descended into the roots of Yggdrasil. There, in a cavern lit by the molten blood of the earth, she whispered an ancient song. And far away, in a place no god dared tread, Hreiðmarr stirred. Did she succeed? Was he freed? No one knows. But sometimes when storms roll over Vanaheim, lightning takes the shape of wings. and the roar in the thunder sounds less like a storm and more like a dragon waking from sleep. The legacy of Freyja and her dragon. Today, the bards sing only fragments of their tale. It was deemed too scandalous, too dangerous, too wild. A goddess loving a dragon, a traitor to the gods, or simply a woman torn between two worlds. But Freyja endures, not as a bride or a prisoner, but as a goddess of power, passion, and pain. She taught the gods to feel. She taught women to fight, and she never once apologized for her hunger, for magic, for beauty, for freedom. As for the dragon, some say he sleeps beneath the roots of the world, dreaming of her voice. Others say he is the fire that burns in every heart that dares to defy fate.